Welcome to part 1 of the Halo level for the Halo Combat Evolved walkthrough for NextGenWalkthroughs.com. I'm Sword of Forums Extreme.
We're coming in too fast! Damn! Air brake failure. They blew too early. I'm losing her. Brace for impact!
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you alright?
All I'm doing here is just loading up on ammo, and I'm going to trigger the dropship. The trigger point's right here next to the bridge.
Warning. I've detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach. I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe that everyone aboard this lifeboat died in the crash. Alert! Covenant dropship inbound. They must be looking for survivors. I recommend immediate evasion.
If you don't fire at the dropship, it won't fire at you. And you don't want it to fire at you anyway. This rock makes a great hold point. It's a good place to find cover. I used to follow Cortana's direction.
Covenant dropship has detected us. Here they come.
And I'd go across the bridge and up the hill, and if you run all the way up the hill and you don't stop, you can avoid the Banshees sometimes, or I'd engage the Banshees. But I found this works a lot better, and it's a lot quicker. Just let them drop off, let the dropship take off, and then engage them. Same strategies that were talked about before. Take out the grunts first. You'll have 2 or 3 retreating across the bridge. If you can get them, take them out. Then just keep using redirection. They'll look at wherever they had fire from last, and you're able to get a few more shots off by popping out the other side. So I work this till all the grunts are gone. Then if there's a blue and a red, elite, and sometimes there's 2 reds. But if there's a blue and a red, I'll take out the blue first because they're a lot easier. And if I have to engage a red out in the open, I'd rather he didn't have any support. Now needles are real easy to dodge. You just have to strafe, which is moving side to side, and they can't turn that quick. So if you strafe well, you'll get very few of them that actually hit you. They really have to build up a lot to take you down. Strafing is a great skill to learn if you don't do it much, especially in multiplayer. The guys that are always the easiest to kill in online multiplayer are the ones that will walk in a straight line all the time, even when they're fighting. So I take his plasma rifle because I'm going to engage an elite up at the top of the hill. When you cross the center of the stream, that's what triggers the Banshees to come. You can do that either where at the bridge or even halfway up the stream. Now you get good cover at this rock and with these trees on either side. All you got to do is aim for the front of the Banshee. You take the first one out, the second one retreats, but you do have to watch out for the second one. He came in pretty close there. I've only ever gotten the second one once or twice. It retreats pretty quick. If you try to avoid the Banshees altogether, you can walk up the side of the cliff and right against the wall, kind of staying somewhat around where the trees are, and then retreat right into this spot here between these 2 rocks that I just climbed up. I use this rock as kind of a hold point to take out the grunts from. Now I can ignore the elite until all the grunts are gone. There's a few off in the distance, or well, one or two off in the distance still, if you can't see them. So I use this rock to take out the elite a lot of times. It works great, especially if there's a red, because they're kind of tough. You can get in an angle where you can shoot at him, but he can't quite shoot at you. The plasma rifle, of course, makes it a lot easier because it stuns him a little bit. Now right here you can see how you can land from a great height without taking any damage if you land on a slanted surface like that, like the side of the rock gave right there. The other way that you can reduce damage is by landing and crouching just as you land. I think I actually did both there. So you can land on a slant from any height that the game won't cause you to die like in midair. Which can still be pretty high. There's just certain bridges where you're so high that it just kind of kills you midair. So I go back and get ammo, and you want to get whatever you feel most comfortable with using to take out enemies over open terrain. And the next part of the game, you have to be loaded up for the next part. It's really, I would say, one of the top 3 toughest spots in the whole game coming up in part 2. As soon as you come around the corner in part 2, you have to start taking out the grunts right away and then finish off the elites real quick. And you will have a dropship firing at you in that one. But basically use the same strategies that have been talked about all the way through. This is the only thing I change up here is I use a needler instead of a plasma rifle for elites because it's open terrain and the needles follow them. So it can make it a lot easier. But that's pretty much it for part 1.